What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about Grim Lovelies by Megan Shepherd. Megan Shepherd sounded so familiar to me, and while I was reading this book I was like, why do I know the name Megan Shepherd? It's because I've read one other book by her. I read The Madman's Daughter, which is a series, but I only read the first one in it. And I remember in The Madman's Daughter it was like really interesting, but it just wasn't like, it just didn't like go for it, and it kept going in like weird directions, and it just didn't grab me in the way that the premise was promising it would. And this is exactly the same feeling that I got from Grim Lovelies. Grim Lovelies is basically a Cinderella retelling. I was really excited about that because it's a new kind of twist. I haven't really seen anything this creative when it comes to a Cinderella retelling since I read Cinder, so I was very excited about that. We are set in Paris in, I believe, modern times, because there is technology, and we have a lot of magic going on here in the background. We have these royals who are immortal, we have these witches who are turning animals into people, and that is where our story lies. Our story is about these beasties who were once animals but have been turned into humans and are now serving in this witch's house. And our main character, Anouk, has never been out of the house, and she's only about a year old. So when the witch is mysteriously murdered, all of these beasties start scrambling because, oh no, the spell's gonna wear off and they're all going to turn back into animals. This was really cool and this was really exciting, and I really liked the beginning of this book. What I didn't like is where the book went from there, and I also think it just got a little bit muddled. The tone was kind of all over the place, like with what we were doing and where we were going. I got very confused about the setting of the story because a lot of it seemed a lot more like period fantasy type things, but then clearly we were still kind of in the modern world, so that was a little bit weird. I thought calling the humans pretties was very cringy. Like the whole term like for beasties was already a little bit, you know, like YA cringe kind of thing, but just like the humans being pretties was weird, and I didn't understand the distinction there. I did like the lore with the witches. There's some interesting bits with some trans representation thrown in there as well, so that was kind of cool. But when it did come to the trans representation and the gay representation, I kind of felt like it was a little bit throwaway in this book. It was a little bit strange, and the romance itself felt a little bit weird. With this being a Cinderella retelling, I was expecting there to be a romance with the prince. That might happen down the road, but it just kind of gave me a weird feeling. I just kind of felt a little bit weird when it came to the romance of this book. I don't want to explain too much about that because I don't want to spoil anything, but this book just never went in the way that I was expecting it to go. Like when I was expecting it to, you know, like keep climbing and climbing and climbing, it would just kind of like shift to the side, so that's a little bit strange. I do think I'm interested in reading the next one in the series. I liked kind of where we ended up at the end of this book. I thought it was kind of cool, so I'd be interested in seeing where the rest of it goes. I did like it a lot more than The Madman's Daughter, so we'll just have to see about that. But overall, like the tone was just kind of weird. I felt a little bit weird about certain things that like the authors seemed to be saying about like certain people and aspects of things, so I'm not really sure what to expect of the second book in the series. But for this one, I am giving it a C-. I don't really think I recommend it. I think it's fun for a little while, but then it gets a little bit old and it gets a little bit long. If you are interested in a really unique take on the Cinderella story, like you're definitely gonna get that here. But I also think that that sets up an expectation because it just doesn't go the way you think it's going to go. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.